Texas and Oklahoma already regret leaving the SEC. Like the phone is picked up. Like, hey, Chris Del Conte. Hey, just kidding. Joe Castiglione. Just kidding. We want to come back. We feel like we're a little more even there. We can compete there. Oklahoma, I'll give it to you, ran the Big 12 for the last decade they were here. Texas had one Big 12 championship. Baylor had like 3. Whew. And now here's the thing. Oh, already the keyboard warriors, Oklahoma and Texas fans, enter in the comment section. We're way better off in the SEC. You're just mad you're in a poverty conference and you're not up here with the high and the mighties. Oklahoma got its brakes beat off by South Carolina. Texas, in the biggest home game it's had in years, got its brakes beat off by Georgia, the same Georgia team who lost to Alabama, who lost to Vanderbilt. Transitive property, Vanderbilt's better than Georgia. That's a joke. That's a joke. These two teams, this conversation needs to stop. This conversation of, we have more money. Your name is Kevin. You're from Gatesville, Texas. Grew up a Longhorns fan. Your name is Diane from Ada, Oklahoma. Grew up a Sooners fan. You guys hate each other. But there's one thing you can rally around. That's that we're in the big, mighty SEC. We're going together. O-U-T, out. OU in Texas. And guess what? When we leave for the SEC, that poverty Big 12, we're going to have way more money. You know how many times Oklahoma made the college football playoff in the Big 12? It was a conference best suited for Oklahoma. Texas couldn't even win in the conference and decided, brand standpoint, let's cancel Longhorn Network. That didn't work. Oh, you wanted to watch the replay of the 2004 Rose Bowl again? Yeah, it's the 7th time it played today. I haven't watched that game in months since that network went down. My question for Kevin and Diane then. When you had two teams who were better suited for the Big 12 who said, we can be a big fish in a big pond. We deserve it. Is when you come to the table in this conversation and say, look at you, Kansas State fan. Look at you, BYU fan. Poverty, you have less money. Kevin, Diane, how much of that money did you see? Did the concession prices they went up, right? Oh, the merchandise prices, they went up too? Oh, shoot. Season tickets got mixed around a little bit. Now those are more expensive as well because we entered the SEC. Oh, it's tougher for me to get to a game and I'm paying way more for everything. But wait, I thought Texas was making more money. I thought Oklahoma was making more money. So that if they're at $55 million a year and the Big 12 is at $35 million, obviously, we're a much better school. And that's going to affect me as a fan. It doesn't. It does. And you know what it does? It lets you watch your team lose on a more consistent basis because the conference they were consistent with is one they're no longer in. That's what it does. Oh, yeah, we have $20 million more a year. Look at our facilities. How many times do you walk in the practice facility? How many times do you get to drive that player's Ferrari they got from the NIL collective? May I introduce you to universities like Oklahoma State or Baylor or BYU that are doling out copious amounts of money directly into NIL? That TV money, that 20 extra million a year you get from the SEC to watch your team lose. I'm going to pause right there. That's a fun aside. It's a fun aside I just thought of. The TV networks that are paying you, that are paying your schools, they're definitely not paying you. They're paying your school to lose. Then that same TV network is displaying for God and everybody your team losing. Yeah, well, at least they're paying us. They're paying so that you get to watch your team lose even more. And on prime time in the biggest game possible. Oh, Scotty Scheffler was there. Great. Matthew McConaughey, that one actor who had that stink with Sydney Sweeney. Hot. Cool. Does that, okay? You got waxed this weekend. Unpause. In these conversations about $55 million, that's not NIL money. That's not collective money. That's not going into the pockets of the players. One day it might, if we have the NCAA demanding that schools pay their players directly from the university and tax them and they become official employees of the universities. That's not today. That hasn't happened. So instead, you're a sitting duck in a conference that you can't compete in. And if you're Texas, I get it. There's some Texas fan out there saying, oh, we only lost one game, and it's stupid to say that Georgia lost to Alabama, who lost to Vanderbilt. That doesn't even matter because we killed Colorado State. Yeah, they suck. Oh, we killed Michigan. They just got drubbed. Like, what? Oh, UTSA. Yeah, they're terrible. Louisiana Monroe. Okay. 51-3. Congrats. Well, Baylor beat Tarleton State. Mississippi State. You struggled with them. And then we beat Oklahoma. Great. The one team you've played this entire season, you lost 30-15, got embarrassed at home against. Now you go on the road to play Vanderbilt, and I'm going to shoot you straight, buddy. It's not a guarantee you're going to win that one. You just left the Big 12. We got to trade Oklahoma and Texas for BYU, who is a machine, an entertainment juggernaut, who is awesome to watch play football. Texas, OU, you're not even fun to watch. No one enjoys putting you on their TV. There's not a lovable side to really either of you in this conversation. Now, Vanderbilt, I don't know if you're going to win that one. Oh, what about Florida? Ooh, DJ Lagway's a good quarterback. Oh, happy noon game, by the way, in Gainesville. Everybody's going to be watching that one, huh? At Arkansas, you host Kentucky. Both of those are winnable. Sure. Those are your Oklahoma State and Kansas games, although you would lose to Kansas. And then at Texas A&M, a game that you might just lose. Texas. You having fun down there with all your more money? Congrats, guys. Looking great. Loved watching you bench your quarterback this week, put in a different quarterback, and then bench that quarterback, put in the old quarterback. Awesome. Hey, how about Oklahoma, though? Come on. We're going to figure it out, guys. We have this new head coach, Brent Venables. We hate. Brent Venables good. We hate Lincoln Riley, who also stinks. We're going to beat Temple. We're going to beat Houston 16-12. Oh, we'll beat Tulane, though. Same thing Kansas State did, but on the road. Yeah, we'll be non-competitive offensively against Tennessee. We'll barely sneak by a pretty bad Auburn team. Get trounced by Texas, and you know what? We've given up. Our season's over. And it's not like I could make the case here that the Big 12's easier in this schedule. I don't think the Big 12's overall easier because I just read Texas' schedule. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I'm making the case that these two schools are more suited for the Big 12 from a competitive standpoint. Like you've been here, you're used to it. You've displayed Oklahoma that you can win in this conference. You're not ready for this. Texas, you're not ready for this. And for OU, congrats, because the cheese SEC schedule, you get to play Maine in a couple weeks. Your only shot at winning another game. Oklahoma is going to miss a bowl game at 5-7 this year. Was that worth it? Was that worth leaving a conference that you're so miserable? You hated watching competitive games, winning. Cool. Great. Oh, but there's a new hot tub in the players' lounge. Ugh. You're never going to step foot in that players' lounge. And no kid is walking into Norman, Oklahoma going, oh, look, a hot tub. None of the other schools I've been to have this. Texas Tech is a lazy river. Get your money up, not your funny up. Oklahoma's abysmal. Texas, if they even have a quarterback on roster, see what they're able to do the rest of the way with their cakewalk SEC schedule. That honestly fights against my point. They got an easier schedule in the SEC than they did in the Big 12. Just go Google their schedule. It is stunning. Texas plays one really hard game, whereas BYU or Iowa State or Kansas State or Colorado, like we traded Texas and OU for Deion Sanders and BYU, top 10 BYU. That rocks. Coming up, BYU and Iowa State are changing the Big 12 game on Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show brought to you by Game Time. The reason I love Game Time is because I work for the Savannah Bananas, and we're in the off season right now. And in the off season, I love to go to concerts. In the in season, I love to go to concerts. I go to Game Time and say, where is Tyler Childers playing? And Game Time says, Saskatchewan, Canada. And I think I can't really afford that, can I? Yes, I can, because Game Time allows it. They have curated deals that make it easier to find the best price on great seats. They have super deals. You can view the seat before you buy with their Seat View feature. Lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection, job loss protection as well. All-in pricing, toggle that thing. Toggle it. See the all-in pricing with no surprise fees at checkout. That is Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time picks. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It is Game Time.